Hey guys, it's Shannon. Recently I did a video, and as I always do at the end of the video, I talked about the links that I have in the information bar, and one of those links that I mentioned a little bit in detail was Hautelook. And I got some questions about Hautelook, and so I thought I would just do a brief kind of overview video about Hautelook and the website. And so if you decide you're interested, there's going to be a link in the information bar, so just go down the information bar, click the link, and sign up. So Hautelook is a website where you can shop for all kinds of merchandise. I think a lot of us are most familiar with beauty vendors that are on that website, but you can buy clothing, there are household goods, there are baby items, there's jewelry. I mean, there's pretty much everything on the website at any given time. So Hautelook is basically a private shopping experience. It's not available to everyone. You have to sign up to be a member in order to be able to shop there. Now, anybody can become a member. It's free to join. It's not a subscription service. You're not going to give them your credit card information. You're not responsible, like a lot of the subscription services that are out there right now. You are not responsible for signing on by a certain time and skipping a month so that your card doesn't get charged. None of that. You're not going to give them your credit card information to sign up. When you sign up, it's just like signing up for a Facebook page or a Twitter account or an email or an Instagram or any of those other services where you just are essentially creating a logon. So you're going to go in, you're going to give them some basic information and create a password, and that's it. There's no obligation to buy, none of that. And so what happens is that typically once a week, at that point, you'll receive an email that kind of gives you an overview of the vendors that are going to be available during the upcoming week and what days they're going to have a sale. The sales last 24 hours, and you'll also get a reminder usually just before 11 o'clock Eastern Time, letting you know what's on sale that particular day. And just as a reminder, because the sales, I believe, begin at 11 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. And so you will receive correspondence from the website, but it's not an obnoxious amount of correspondence. You get an email notifying you of the upcoming week, and then you get a reminder email just before the sale starts on any particular given day. Now, the benefits of shopping Hautelook is essentially that you get a wide variety of products, and you get them at a very highly discounted rate. And so what you'll see are a lot of brands you may have never heard of, and typically because they're more exclusive brands, maybe they're only available in high-end stores that aren't in your area, those types of things. You're going to see brands that you are familiar with them, but maybe they are high-end and they might be out of your price range normally to shop, or even if they're on sale in a particular retail location, even on sale there, they may still be out of your price range. You're going to find them at Hautelook at a much more affordable price range and opportunity. So then you'll also find vendors that we're all familiar with and that you might consider to be a little bit high-end, but it might be a vendor that you shop regularly, and it's just going to be an opportunity for you to get a lot of your favorite merchandise at a much more affordable cost than you're ever going to find in the retail stores. An example of this would be that Urban Decay just this week was on sale for, they had all kinds of products, but a good example is that they had the Book of Shadows 4 on sale for $24. And I believe, I'm not positive on the original retail price, but I want to say it was somewhere in the like $68 range. Anybody feel free to correct me if I'm completely off base, but you know, it was quite expensive, and it was probably more expensive than some of the other Book of Shadows and other palettes that they've had available in the past. So to have it available to us at $24 is a really good opportunity. And I think what you'll find in a lot of cases is that a lot of the merchandise that's available there is either going to be merchandise that is, maybe the company is doing repackaging, or maybe it's a line that they're discontinuing, or maybe it's overstock. Like the Book of Shadows, we know that was kind of like a last season, last year before Christmas kind of product. And so now they're just kind of going to be selling their overstock and kind of clearancing those items out, because they probably will have another Book of Shadows or something similar to it that they will offer this coming season, and those products are already probably in the works and already starting to be manufactured, and they're going to need the warehouse space to store those before the Christmas selling season starts. So you'll find a lot of those opportunities. The benefit to signing up to Hautelook is not only that you have the sales, but just the opportunity to really experience some brands that you may never have seen before. And that's what I like about receiving the emails on occasion, is that I can kind of look through, I can see if there's any brands that are going to be on sale this week that I know that I love, that I want to make sure that I take a look at and see if there's anything that I need or cannot pass up. But I also enjoy kind of looking at and checking out brands that I'm not as familiar with or I don't have access to. And then of course there's those high-end brands that would not be affordable to me any other way, or I would not be able, even if I could afford it, I would not be able to rationalize in my mind spending as much money as you would normally spend on an item, like maybe a pair of jeans or something. But on Hautelook, I can rationalize. It makes more sense to me, the prices and availability through Hautelook. Now, part of what's fun about Hautelook is that it's almost like an auction type experience, and it's not that you're bidding and that kind of thing, but when you decide you're going to make a purchase, or when you're looking at items to buy, essentially what happens is, from the point that you send the first item into your cart, into your checkout cart, at that point a clock starts ticking, and you have 15 minutes to decide or to check out with that item. So, and at the end of the 15 minutes, if you haven't checked out yet, then that item gets removed from your cart and becomes available for somebody else to purchase at that point. So what you have to do is you kind of want to look at all the products that are available, and from the point that you put your first item in your cart, check the time. And then once you know the time, then go and put all the items in your cart that you want. And what's kind of fun about it is that sometimes the items are very limited. There's only so many to go around. And sometimes there are plenty of items to go around, but it's such a popular brand that people just jump all over it. And so what may happen is, for instance, you may see a lip gloss that you really like, and you think, okay, I want to buy that. So you go to click on it to add it to your cart, and it will say that that item is not currently available because it's being held in somebody else's cart. And so what you kind of have to do is you kind of have to keep refreshing the page to see if they don't check out in time, or if they change their mind and remove it from their cart and it becomes reavailable. So what you do is, from the point that you put your first item in your cart, check the time, and you've basically got 15 minutes to get all of your items in the cart, to refresh the page as many times as you want to during that time frame, to try to pick up any other items that maybe you wanted but were being held for somebody else that become available. And then when you're getting down to the wire on that 15 minutes, then go to your cart and take all your goodies and check out. So it's kind of fun, because it's kind of like you kind of need to maneuver. Some people like to kind of plan ahead. They like to kind of see what's going to be available, and then they jump on right at 11 o'clock and they're bam, 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 and they get everything that they want. I have only had that experience where I kind of had to compete sort of for an item a few times. I think most of the time, if that doesn't sound fun to you, most of the time there's plenty to go around and there's not really an issue. But on occasion, you can tell you're kind of battling it out with a few other people, and you kind of have to stay on top of it if it's an item that you really, really want. When you check out, it's just like if you're buying something from any other website. You go through, you put your credit card information in, you list your billing and shipping information, and all that kind of thing. And then when you finalize the sale, it will tell you what date your items are expected to ship out. And then once your items do ship, you do get tracking information. Now, Hautelook has a little bit of a longer shipping time frame. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they have to, once they have their orders in place, they have to then get the merchandise shipped from the vendors. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but there generally is about maybe a 7-day wait time from the time that you place your order to the estimated ship date, at least in my experience. But they will tell you what that estimated date is, and when it ships, you get information on all of that, and once it does ship, you can track your package. It does ship ground, so add another couple of days. I mean, of course, they always say 7 to 10 days for ground shipping, but I mean, in my experience, it's usually 2 or 3, 4 days tops kind of situation. So it is a little bit longer shipping in most cases. I would say my experience was always about 2 weeks, maybe around the 11 days for me to receive something. But it isn't anything to be surprised about, because like I said, they're very transparent in providing you information on when it's going to, when they're expecting to ship it out from their location, and then once they do that, you can track it if you want. So my experience has always been very good. I wanted to show you a few items. I'm not going to go into huge detail on the items, just because I think I talked about them when I actually got them. But I just thought I would give you an idea to see what is available. Now, I have only used Hautelook for beauty items so far, just because that's kind of the business that I'm in, and I do like fashion too, but I haven't used them yet for purchases. I do know that they did for a while have some limitations on their returns and exchange policies, but I know within maybe the last 6 months or so, they did open up a lot more products that could be returned or exchanged, including clothing and things. So if you're not quite sure about that, they do have all the information available to you, so feel free to go check into that. But I've never had a situation where I had to worry about it. My products always came perfectly fine. I've never had any issues. Some of the items that I purchased from them, just to give you an example, are some Lorac products and some Rock & Republic products. Now, these are just some examples. These are some single eyeshadow palettes, some single eyeshadows that I purchased from Lorac. Now, if you're familiar with Lorac, I personally think that Lorac is probably my all-time favorite makeup line. But they are a little bit more expensive. They're considered kind of a high-end line. Not outrageous, but a little bit pricey. And, so a palette is going to typically with them be in the $30 range, right around there, and that kind of thing. And my experience with purchasing the Lorac products on Hautelook was that I could get, for $30, I could get like 11 items. So, I mean, that's a huge savings. Now, more than likely, these were products that were either being discontinued or repackaged or what have you, but I at the time did not have a ton of Lorac products, and so this was a good opportunity for me to try some more. I think at the time I had a palette, and an eyeshadow palette, and there were some products that I knew that I wanted, but I hadn't purchased them because they're a little bit more expensive. But I had a general idea of the quality, but this was just a good opportunity for me to really try some more. Sometimes since I only had one palette, it could just be a really good quality palette, and it might be a little more hit and miss, with individual items. And so it was just a good opportunity for me to really familiarize myself with their product a little bit better and get it at an affordable way. Now, Rock & Republic, this is also an eyeshadow. These were, I probably was able to get these for like $6 or $7, where, normally they're a high-end product. And as you all probably are aware now, Rock & Republic no longer makes makeup at all, and their clothing now is only sold in Kohl's stores. So anyway, their makeup line was more of a high-end line, and it was not readily available everywhere, and for some people it was a product that they probably had never even heard of. And so I kind of took the opportunity to familiarize myself with the product itself, and also to take advantage of a product that was no longer going to be available. Now, Rock & Republic, I doubt you will probably see them on there anymore, because my suspicion would be that they have probably cleared out the majority, or if not all, of their makeup lines at this point, because they've been in Kohl's now for a few months. But if you do happen to see it, you know, I would get your hands on it. I know a lot of people really enjoy the blushes. I don't have any of the blushes, unfortunately, but that is an item that if I see them on Hautelook again, that I will definitely take advantage of, because I would like to get maybe one or two before the line is completely gone. So I just want to give you a couple examples of some things that I've purchased and a little bit about my experience, and just kind of give you a little overview of how the program works. Like I said before, there is information down below as far as the link to the website if you'd like to join. You can't shop there unless you create a sign-on, so I would encourage you to just create the sign-on. It's free, and it doesn't obligate you to ever purchasing anything. And you don't have to give them any credit card information or anything like that when you sign up. So just go create your sign-on and take a look and see, you know, check out some of the brands, see what's unavailable for sale today. Just kind of familiarize yourself with the websites and some of the different types of merchandise that they potentially offer. And then just remember that the vendors change all the time. There are some vendors that you see, you know, every few weeks or maybe every couple of months. You will see them pretty regularly, but there are a lot of vendors that kind of come and go. And so there's really some good opportunities to, like I said, get your hands on some merchandise that you wouldn't have any other way to get a hold of in any other situation, and to also familiarize yourself with some brands that you may not really know about, or some brands that you just can't afford typically, or some brands that you really love and that you can't afford and that you do buy, but it's a great opportunity to get the merchandise at much cheaper than you would find it anywhere else. And if you have any questions about it, then feel free to let me know. Just leave some comments, or if you've had any experiences with Hautelook, I'd love to hear about your experiences or what you've bought from them. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time visiting. And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.